Hello, peeps. Welcome in. Today I'm going to talk about something. It's just kind of the beginning of the year. I feel like this is time to talk about this kind of stuff. Over the last couple of years, I've done a lot of growing again. I didn't think that that was possible after 60, but apparently that is possible and should be possible. I don't think we're ever going to stop growing completely. So hopefully, we're all out there learning new things about ourselves and just about the world in general. And one of the things that I started seeing on social media and kind of some things that I've seen and I've done in the last couple of years is when you start to become confident on your own. I wanted to talk about this subject mostly because I've gone through a huge transformation in the last couple of years. And also, I've been seeing a lot of posts on social media where these gurus or whatever you want, I don't know what their titles are, so I don't want to name it, but they're talking about, not relying on others to build you up or make you feel good. Don't listen to outside noise. There's that whole thing with Mel Robbins where it's like, let them talk about you. Just let them say you're not going to be worthy of whatever. Just let them. Those kind of things. And I just wanted to talk about like how do you build confidence in yourself? How do you find just that self-worth especially when you've been raised by a mom who hasn't given that to you? And so I wanted to just kind of talk about like how you keep your circle really small, how you bring good people in that you can trust, how you know your worth by being confident in yourself and not looking for outside affirmation. And, this is really hard when you haven't had self-esteem for most of your life. And that was me. Like I was strong willed, but my self-esteem and my confidence was not quite where it needed to be because that wasn't postured for me. And also, there were these times where my mom would say, "Oh, you're really good at this," or whatever. And then, 2 days later, she was saying I was worthless and wasn't going to amount to anything. So, very conflicting messages. And I think that might be some of your stories too is, sometimes you have this mom who's very manipulative in that way, and she will say one thing and then another thing, and you're so confused. And so then you grow up going, well, am I worthy? Do I have what it takes, or should I just like posture someone else's personality? So we're going to get into all of that today. And I think one of the questions that you really want to ask yourself is, and this was on a social media post, which I thought was really pertinent, is like, what kind of rooms do you want to be part of? So what they're saying is like, who do you want to hang out with? Who's going to be your people? What kind of things are you going to believe in and be a part of? Like if you're in a committee like thing going on, is that something that's making you feel good, or are you doing it because you think you're going to be liked? What is your worth? Where do you want to shine? I think these are really important questions. And I want to preface this by saying, I think we can all agree that God is the only one that can help you feel your best as he walks with you. And he's the only one that can show you what true confidence is and looks like. But we can explore ways to do that. So yes, God is always in the mix. He's always in the forefront. Like that's the first thing you do is you go to God and pray and say like, what is my worth? Who do you think I am? This becomes part of like your calling in a sense. It becomes like who you're going to build up to be. Where do you thrive? Where is your passion? What things like really light you up? But to get there, it has to be unique to you, not because someone else is telling you you're good at that. that maybe you don't really like it that much, but everyone's telling you should do that. And so then you're shape shifting to be like this person that they're telling you are. For years, I picked friendships of women that were super aggressive and just almost, I think, relished in the fact that I wasn't in competition with them. They were working, they were working moms. I had this thrown in my face quite a few times by different people throughout my life, where when I decided to stay at home after my second child, even though I worked an MLM for 15 years, I sold Pampered Chef. And so I did have a job. I was working and hustling and going. I was actually working hard. As when you're all coming home at the end of the night, I'm like, I had to get everything ready all during the day, be a mommy, and then go out and work until 11 o'clock at night. So, it's just funny if you don't have a regular 9 to 5. I would make these friendships with these women who were high-powered women, thinking that that was going to build up my confidence. They were going to help me be stronger and be more in control, and I could learn from them. And in some levels, yeah, that's true, I could. But on other levels, it was almost like I was going back into an abusive relationship, like with my mother, where they were like, well, you're not good enough. Like I would get thrown in, well, you're home all day, I work. And I'm like, well, I'm at home all day. I'm like taking care of stuff in my home. And then I'm going and picking up not only my kids, but your kids too, because you're working. I'm dropping them off at the sports things. I'm picking them up from school for you. I'm working for you, basically. And I didn't see it that way for a really long time. I believed the lies that, women would tell me, that their lives were more important than mine. But if I could hang on to them and just be with them and saddle up to their star, I would be okay. And I don't think that that is a healthy friendship or posture with a woman that you want to be around long term. And so over the years, I had to start building my own confidence. I had to start saying, like, what does Phylis want? Like, what are my qualities? What is it that God has given me that's been, something special and unique to who I am? And I think that didn't happen until the girls were getting ready to graduate. It was like slowly, little by little, all of a sudden, writing became really important to me. Always had loved to read, always loved the written word, just loved books in general. I could escape in a book and be someone else. And so that became like a huge thing, is just writing. And then I have this gift of talk. I have this gift of storytelling. And I never knew, like, how can you use that? I don't know. Wasn't really, and podcasts were not like a big thing back then. And so it built up slowly over time. But I think this is what you can do if you're in your 30s right now. It's like, start thinking about those things that bring you confidence, that are natural gifts to you, especially if you haven't had a mom that has shown you those things. Start looking towards things that light you up, and it has nothing to do with anyone else, if they agree with it or not. I see women all the time saying, like, I don't know why that person always talks about selling, blah, blah, blah. It's just so gross, la, la, la. I'm like, why do you care? She may be making a living for her family and being able to stay home. Like, why do you have to beat her down? It's like this confidence level that some people don't want you to get to. I want to tell you to get rid of the noise and go in the path that God has for you. Find the confidence, and it has nothing to do with what your mom has said to you in the past, or anyone else has said what you can or can't do. When someone says, let me help you, you can't do this, they're basically saying, let me control you, because I don't want your star to rise. So beware of people who are like, no, 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 don't do that. I'll do that for you. Or you stick with me. You don't worry about doing that kind of thing. It's like you do you. You do the thing that starts building you up. That confidence comes, one, when you are consistent with staying in God's word and learning how much he loves you, how much he's fighting for you, how much he's died for you. He's done all this stuff, not for you to shrink back in the background. You may have gotten the short stick on a parent, maybe two, me too. But that doesn't mean that that's your forever story. Your confidence comes from the Lord, one, and then two, he's going to journey you out somewhere else so that you can shine. He's never going to leave you in the background. And when I say shine, I'm not saying shine on a big stage or all these things. I'm saying shine in who you are. That could just be you being the best mom, right? That could be you going out and volunteering for something that you just thrive on and it gives you confidence and makes you feel good. For me, it's this. Like, I love talking to you guys and helping you guys and throwing out information to you because it helps me and it helps you. So writing, podcasting, speaking, those are things where I shine. Like, I know now it took me 5 years to feel comfortable in this seat. But I can tell you, sitting here today in 2026, I am so confident in the things that I have learned and I'm continuing to learn. I am confident in the things that I do and the things that I bring to you. Now, can I say something wrong on here and have somebody get mad at me and maybe give the wrong information at times? Maybe, sure. I mean, I try to research everything. I try to tell you as truthful as a matter as I can. But I still every once in a while get one person that will say, well, you're playing a victim or you're doing this or you're doing that. And I'm like, okay, let me look at that. But the confidence in me is not going to say, oh my gosh, they don't like me, so now I have to shut everything down. I gave the wrong information. I can never talk again. No, when you know your confidence and you know what the places that God has placed you in, you can, if you need to apologize, if you've said something wrong, you do that and you move on. If you know that that is someone coming after you because for whatever reason, they don't have what you have, they're jealous of what you have, they don't want your star to shine. That does happen, guys. I know that sounds really like, it almost sounds egotistical, and I hate having to even say that. But there are times when somebody will come at you because your star is starting to rise and they're still down here and they're like, wait, I want you back down here with me. It's more comfortable. Don't go up there because then you're going to meet all these other people and you're going to leave me behind. They may say something that will hurt you so that you can shut it all down and go back to being small again. Don't allow other outside people and noises to do that to you. If you know your path is the right thing, if you make a mistake and say you're sorry, if you don't agree with what they've said, you say sorry and move on. That's it. You don't need to do any other extra thing. You don't need to stop doing what you're doing. And I should never have even thought of that. Have the confidence to know this year is your year. You figure out and start doing it now. It may not be time, but this is the year you're going to discover, right? So if you're in your 30s, you're knee deep in diapers and all of that, have confidence in that. Like, you are doing a hard job. Believe me, I know it because I was in it and I was a stay-at-home mom that also worked part-time. I didn't have the traditional job. I haven't had one since then, but I will tell you, God is in the mix of that. He's showing you something. He's building something along the way. So you may be cleaning out cupboards and cleaning dirty diapers and doing carpool and all of that kind of stuff. That's where you are right now. But something in you is stirring. Start discovering what that stirring is. If you're in your 40s and 50s and the kids are starting to leave the nest, don't wait until they leave the nest. Start the stirring now. Discover what it is that you want to follow and do once the kids do leave for college, I don't aspire to the women who are like, my life is over, or I was a mom, that was my job, and now what do I do? It's like, girl, there's so much more to do. And you want your adult daughters to see you thriving. You don't want them to go to college and feel bad for you because you're sitting at home smelling their pillow and crying because you miss them so much and that was your only job and now you don't know what to do. There's no confidence in that. It's like, be confident, show them confidence. Of course you're going to cry because like you're a mom and you love them. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying don't put all your eggs in that basket and then it's like all the eggs are gone and now you're like, where's my confidence? My confidence was in being a mother. Your confidence was in being a mother, and now you're going to have confidence in something else. So find that something else before they leave. And if that's happened, start today. Where can I show that confidence? Where can I build that passion? Where is that thing? I don't need to live in the past of what my mom has told me or some other woman has told me. I need to live for today to figure out where is the thing that's going to light me up every morning and make me happy to get up in the morning. That's where I want you guys. That's where I think we should be this year. We need to stop. There's enough craziness in the world. Let's find things that can help other people, that can help you, that can make you feel confident in who you are and make you feel joyful every morning to get up and say, good morning, God, instead of good God, it's morning. So I hope this episode was inspiring to you guys. Don't let anyone take away your shine. I believe in you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day and I will see you until next time. Bye.